It's Ken.
And Han, and today we are talking all about our first time.
BuzzFeed does this famous interview with all different kinds of celebrities. They ask questions like, when was the first time you got recognized in public? When was the first time you knew you wanted to be an actor? Different things like that, just talking about the first time you knew, saw, or did something, and we're gonna put our own spin on that. So I'm gonna ask Han first time questions, and she's gonna ask me first time questions. We've got our phones to look at ideas, but we are ready, and we hope you get some juicy information, honestly.
I feel like I know pretty much a lot about you.
I'm gonna try to ask one.
But I feel like there might be some where I don't know the answer to.
Yeah.
So let's see. I have one that I just like have to ask.
Oh god.
I think I might know, but we gotta talk about your first kiss.
Oh, okay. At the time, I thought it was everything.
Don't we all?
Yeah. It was with my first boyfriend, my only boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
It was on our first date.
Oh wow.
Yeah. We just kissed.
Getting saucy.
Don't worry. We went to a local restaurant and then we were near a park. And we went to the park, and it was November, you guys. Like, it was cold out.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
We just wanted to keep hanging out after we had lunch. Mm-hmm. So we were like, let's walk to the park. There was like a gazebo, and then we like were sitting there and we just kissed. I honestly thought it was weird just because I had never kissed anyone. I was like, so this is what this is. And I was like, oh.
Yeah. Classic. I had to put that one in there.
Gotta put that one in there. Okay, well, this is kind of related. Mm-hmm. Not exactly. When and what was your first date? Like a proper date, not just hanging out.
I feel like my first date was with my first boyfriend because before him, I hadn't like talked to guys like that really.
Yeah.
And like the first time we hung out, I just went to his house. I'm trying to think of the first time we like officially like did something because.
Wow, you went to his house first time? That's cool.
Yeah. I feel like my first like official date was honestly probably like either going to the movies with him or like we might have gone to dinner because I mean he had his license.
That's right. That's
because he was 2 years older. So I don't really know what my first official date was because like the first time I really hung out with a guy like alone. Oh, so I went to his house and then like we hung out in his backyard. Looked at the stars.
That's
and he
cute.
Literally he was like he said we were looking at the stars and he goes, I feel like we should make out right now. And I was silent. I said not a word. I didn't say anything.
In
like
his backyard.
Yeah, and we didn't kiss it. Like we didn't do anything, and I felt really bad because I just like didn't even answer. But then I think the next day, like we had our first kiss because we hung out again.
Wow, 2 days in a row.
Yeah, but I don't know. Ooh, this one's good. I don't know the answer.
You don't know the answer? Okay, that's good.
So, what was your first job? Not too juicy, but like
I think it was teaching dance.
That's what I had a feeling. Yeah.
I used to dance growing up, and my freshman year of high school, I think I was 14, I would teach on Saturdays because I was so busy with sports and other activities. Yeah. On the weekends, the only day I could work was Saturday. And then simultaneously, I also taught cotillion. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
No, I was her assistant. So I would just help demonstrate the dance moves and like help her set things up.
I know you did it, but I didn't know you.
They were kind of at the same time, like the same semester we both started. Mm-hmm. Okay. When, if ever, when was the first time you ever got into trouble at school for something?
I feel like it was honestly probably like for talking in class or something because
nothing juicy.
I wasn't really like a bad kid in school or out of school really. Actually, I think I did get in trouble in middle school once for something because I remember
going to the principal's office
doing something like that, but I can't remember what it was for. Oh, this one's good. When did you go / what was your first party that you ever went to?
You were there.
Well, they don't know that.
Oh, okay. I really didn't grow up partying because my parents were strict. So my first party was my senior year in high school. We were with all of our dance friends and we had just finished a competition and they were like, let's all hang out, and then we found out about this party, so we went. And at the time I think we were the oldest, so we both drove, and I didn't really I didn't even drink.
Yeah.
I thought I was so cool because Grace and Alana, I walked in and everyone was like, oh my gosh, it's Kenna, and people just kept saying hi to me, and they were like,
you know everybody.
They're like, you know everybody. And ever since then, I was hooked.
That's hilarious.
I didn't have like fun that party.
Yeah.
Because we weren't doing anything, and
right.
It was just seeing everyone in that environment, and it was like, whoa, like culture shock all at once. What's your first memory of having social media?
I think I had Twitter first before anything. Here's a little secret. If you Google my name, my old Twitter profile picture comes up from when I was like 11.
Really?
And it's like a rainbow filter. I'll show you.
Wait, what?
Insert picture.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
I was 11. Yeah.
Be careful what you put on the internet.
So, I honestly, like, I used to tweet about, like, just random stuff. This Twitter that I have now is a different one from that one.
I would pay to see that one.
But I don't know the password. That's why I made, like, a new one. But I used to tweet about, like, Selena Gomez. I would be like, oh my gosh, I love Selena Gomez. Or, like, oh my god, like, just, like, lame stuff that, like, a kid would say.
That's funny.
Or I'd be like, oh my gosh, the new Disney movie, da-da-da-da. Like, did you see it? Like, whatever. Like, I had fans or something.
I bet you had, like, a huge kid following.
That's my first, like, social media experience.
When you said rainbow filter, I assumed, like, soft pastels
No,
over,
like
a selfie. Like, the heat grade one.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Ooh, I know. What was your first time going to New York?
Oh, I have been
like.
obsessed with New York my whole life, and I really wanted to go, so we went one year. I want to say I was in middle school. We drove there. It had just blizzarded the day before. The streets of New York were covered. We left on Christmas Day because traffic was so slow. Got there the 26th and stayed until like the 29th or the 30th. But I just remember it was magical because the streets were covered, so there was no cars and you can walk down any street and no one was there.
Yeah.
And so we were still out doing things because we had never been and we were experiencing this. And I remember going to Bloomingdale's and like Bergdorf's and just looking at the windows with my mom, like we didn't shop. And then the only thing I like asked my parents for while I was there, because like the whole trip was kind of our Christmas gift, the only thing I asked for was this long sleeve pink t-shirt with a hood on it from the NBA store, because at the time I was like a baller and obsessed with sports, so that's what I wanted.
That's hilarious. That's so cute.
And I had this little zebra purse with pink trim, and I thought I was the
She popped off.
Like I really thought. It was then that I said like I'll live here one day.
That's a cool story.
This is good. Who is the first YouTuber you've ever subscribed to? And I guess why? Tell us why you like him.
It was probably either
I feel like I might know.
Claudia Salewski or Aspen.
That's what I was gonna guess.
Ovard / Aspen and Parker. Because I remember Aspen and Parker, they're married and they're like a couple on YouTube, but Aspen started like by herself. She used to have like her own channel, she still does, but then like her husband joined her. I was watching one of their videos the other day because Parker turned 25 and they, for the vlog, usually they like go out and do something like super exciting or whatever, but since quarantine they sat down and like watched all their like old vlogs of his birthdays, and it went all the way back from when he was like 18, and I literally remember watching that vlog, and I even remember watching her before she was dating Parker, and that was years ago. And I'm like, that's so long. I didn't realize I've actually been watching this person on the internet for like years and years and years. And same with Claudia, because Aspen and Claudia used to be friends.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so I've been watching Claudia since she lived in Chicago, or she lived in like a suburb outside of Chicago, and she did like makeup videos in her bedroom, like at her house when she was like 14. So like either Claudia or Aspen, because I pretty much was watching them like around the same time. What was your first car?
Oh, it was the Toyota Solera, the white one.
Was it?
With the gold embellishments.
I was, okay, that's not what I thought, but
What'd you
I
think
thought,
it was?
because you learned to drive a truck.
Oh.
And so that's what I thought, but I didn't think that was your
It wasn't
car.
mine, no.
Yeah.
My dad would always tease me growing up that I would get his like pickup truck when I like got my license.
Yeah.
And our family friend and my dad would occasionally take us driving in their pickup trucks. And I genuinely thought I was going to get that truck, but no, my first car, my brother and I shared it. It was a 2002 Toyota Solera. I had my monogram sticker on the back and a white NHHS on the back to match the paint. And then Colton got his car, a new car, so that we could each have a car, and I got stuck with the old one.
That's funny.
But it is no longer with us.
Yeah, you don't have it
And I have a better car, so it's fine.
So it's all good.
This one's funny. I don't know if you have a good story for this, but when was the first time you shot a gun?
But the first time I shot a gun was with one of my friends. I went with her. Her family lives in New York, not like New York City, just like the state. Her grandma lived like on a huge plot of land. Like, she had a tractor. She lived in, like, Amish country.
Okay.
And there were horses, like, all of that. And so I went to New York with her one year. And we drove up there, like, to visit her family, and we were, like, best friends, so that's why I went. Like, I wasn't just, like, going with, like, a random person to see their family. We shot guns in her grandma's backyard at, like, this paper target, and I remember, like, I was so scared because I, like, knew I should ask my dad if I should, because I was kind of young, and I thought he was gonna say no.
That kind of sounds young.
But he didn't. This is...
Yo, that's pretty good!
Insert picture of the target.
What kind of gun was it?
I don't know. It was like one of the long, like, brown ones.
A shotgun?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know anything about guns. Don't judge me. But yeah, that's what it was. And it was honestly such a fun trip. That's my first. To go. And probably like one of my few. I've only like the only other time I shot guns was with Matt. That one time we went. That's that. It was fun. Oh, I have one, but I thought I just came up with it, and it's like kind of cute. Who, like, what was your first like friend? Like, who was your first?
Oh, I know my first friend.
That you know.
Her name was Maddie.
Uh-huh.
We both went to kindergarten together.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, I did kindergarten twice.
Oh, wow.
You didn't know that?
Why? No, I didn't know that.
I went to my church and did preschool and kindergarten, and then I was really young for my grade, so then I did kindergarten again, and that's why I'm really old for my grade. Her name was Maddie, and I just remember it was the first day of kindergarten. She was like, hey, do you want to be friends? And we became best friends.
That's so cute.
It's crazy to see her life now because I follow her on Instagram.
Oh, really?
And she's such a great person, and her family's great. But, like, just seeing like all the things she pursued, like in college and stuff like that, it's cool.
That's cute.
But we haven't talked since we left elementary school. So,
really?
Yeah.
Maddie, if you're watching.
I doubt it, but...
Just kidding. That'd be hilarious.
I know. I would love to catch up with all the people I went to elementary school with. Because they went to a different middle school than me, so I didn't really talk to anyone.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good. What was the first concert you went to see?
I think I've been to 4 concerts. Went to was One Direction. And I was 13. You didn't know that?
No.
I've been to Ariana Grande, Drake. I went to like a concert with multiple people. It was just like one night.
Yes. Yeah,
it was like Kendrick Lamar, Schoolboy Q, like people like that. And then my first one was One Direction. I was 13 years old. I went with one of my friends at the time. Like, her mom drove us and like dropped us off.
Oh.
It was really fun. I was obsessed with One Direction at the time. And that was like when all 5 of them were still together. And it was the best concert I'd ever been to at the time. I mean, it was the only concert I'd ever been to, but I was like, this is it. Like, I've peaked. Like, nothing can top this. Like, it was amazing. It was so fun. So, who was your first celebrity crush, and who was your first, like, crush in real life?
Getting really nervous now. I've said this before, but I really did not get into celebrities. And, like, I didn't really care about like boy bands or boy groups or anything like that. So I guess I would have to say like Zac Efron, because I thought Troy Bolton was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I really just really floated my boat.
Just really did.
And then my first real crush. Oh my gosh.
You're gonna have to explain, like...
I will explain
because if you just say the name, like...
There was a guy that everyone liked, so I told myself I liked, but he was never like everyone else. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So in elementary school, my best friend that I remember was a guy, and he was like good friends with my brother. His name was Garen. We're still friends now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I feel like
I did not know that's what it was gonna be.
Back when I was in cotillion, I think it was 5th grade that you go to like the ball or whatever it is. But I bought this pretty pink dress, and everyone else wore white. You didn't really go with anyone, but people started to ask people, like, would you go with me to the ball or like the cotillion, whatever?
Yeah.
And I really wanted him to ask me, but you had like a little dance card, and you would write down who you danced with.
Oh.
So I still got to dance with him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I remember he danced twice with the girl he asked, and I was a little salty. But I would say that was my first crush. But it wasn't like super serious because I just wanted to hang out with him.
Yeah.
He had a Batman themed birthday party, and it was just boys. But he invited his next door neighbor to be like Catwoman or whatever her name is. And I was offended that wasn't me, because my dad was like, you gotta wait in the car because Colton gotta go, but you can't come because they said no girls. And he was like, Claire was there, and I was like,
and you didn't invite me.
But it's fine. But anyway. Okay, my last one for you. It is, when was the first time you knew you wanted to make a YouTube channel?
Oh. I mean, like, I've always liked watching YouTube. Like I said earlier, I'd watched Claudia and Aspen for literal years, and I, like, thought it was fun, whatever. And somebody that, like, we know who went to high school with us had a YouTube channel in high school, and, like, I didn't want to really do it then, but I, like, kind of did because I saw her do it, and, like, I was like, dang, like, she actually does this. Like, people I know actually do it. Like, I thought, like, it seemed more attainable than, like, all these, like, celebrity-like people who you don't know. And I was like, this girl is, like, a normal person. She actually has followers. Like, she is really doing this. And I was like, that could be cool. So I feel like in high school, I wanted to do it. I was just, like, way too scared. I was like, absolutely not. Like, people bullied her for doing it.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and she stopped because of it.
Which is, like, so sad, and I'm
looking back on it, I was like, I should have stuck up for that girl or said something, because I didn't really know what it was at first, but I did eventually watch them, and I was like, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, same. So, high school, I really wanted to do it, but never did because I was too scared, because people bullied her, and I just, like, was just too scared. And then, we've said this before, maybe not, but then Kenna and I had, like, talked about it, like, last year, kind of a lot here and there. Like, we would mention it and we'd be like, that'd be so fun, like, we should do it, and then we just never did. So then we finally were like, let's do it, no one's gonna stop us, like, we can do it together. So it's easy, like, makes it easier when you have, like, a companion to do something with, so you're not alone. So yeah, I would probably say the first time was just, like, in high school. I had thoughts about it.
Wow, that's earlier than me.
But, like, the first time I really like was serious about it was, like, in college recently, like, within the past year. So
okay, that's super cool.
That. Okay, that is all of the, not questions, but all of the first times we are doing today.
That was so fun.
That was fun.
I learned a lot.
Yeah, me too. We kind of decided, like, on this video, like, last minute, and I feel like it turned out better than
I was anything
expecting.
I could have expected. Wow.
So I'm glad we did that. That was fun.
I'm in a good mood now.
Me too.
I'm like, let's want some more.
That's what I'm saying. When I get in the mood, like, I just wanted. But that's gonna be it for today's video.
You should do Who Knows Me Better, my boyfriend or
my best friend. Yeah, we should. Stay tuned for that. That's coming soon. Okay. Okay. But that's all again. Like I said. Thanks for watching. You can take it over.
We love you guys, but we will see you in the next video.
Bye.